Mr. Tipton, recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here. We come from common areas. My 3rd Congressional District has your ancestral home over on the San Luis Valley, and I've just completed a tour, my 3rd, throughout the 3rd CD since being elected, and we have a lot of challenges that we face. On the western slope of Colorado, better than 70% of our property is either federal, state, or tribal lands. Going through and visiting in our district, we have multiple issues that people are concerned about. The wildlands policy. There was a great offense and concern that there were no public hearings that were held in terms of addressing some of these issues. We have in Mesa County, the county that had the highest per capita unemployment at one point last year in the entire United States, relies an awful lot on the development, responsible development of our natural resources in the 3rd Congressional District to be able to benefit America. We also have a lot of senior citizens, young families that are struggling right now to be able to pay their bills, and they're seeing regulatory tax increases that are coming through from policies out of the federal government that are impacting those electric bills, their ability to be able to meet their families' needs. And so I appreciate you taking the time to be here today and have just a few questions that I'd like to be able to hear some of your thoughts on. And first of all, in regards to some of the wildlands issues that we're going through, I did visit with ranchers, the oil and gas industry, local governments, the mineral industry, motorized recreational users, and they've all voiced strong opposition to the wildlands policy that is coming out. And I just wanted to question you, did you give a directive out to the BM officials in the various districts, say in the 3rd Congressional District, to reach out to these groups prior to developing this concept?
We have been in significant communications with affected communities, and those communications will continue. I think it would be useful for you, Congressman Tipton, maybe to hear from David Hayes, who's been helping in the development of this policy and its implementation for just a minute or so. David?
Congressman, fundamental to the policy is, in fact, that no wildlands will be identified until there is a robust discussion at the local and state level through the amendment process, or if there are special projects proposed through a special discussion. So there's been a fundamental misunderstanding along those lines, but the
Mr. Hayes, I apologize,
Sure,
but we're
kind
of short on time. I did visit with the field office. One of the concerns I think we had is seeing an industry that's trying to be able to create jobs, trying to meet America's energy needs. And one of the problems that they're facing right now is some of the new technologies to be able to do some of the lateral drilling. And under the wildlands policy, they are already, without public input, they're already enforcing policy that, no, we aren't going to allow you to drill underneath those public lands to be able to extract that natural resource, never disturbing the surface. So you might want to visit with some of your local folks, because I think that whether or not nothing is supposed to be done at this point, it's starting already to be able to happen. But if I may kind of move on here, when we were talking a little bit, and I apologize, I had to step out, when you're talking about doing a good job and getting a fair return for the American taxpayer, have you run a cost-benefit analysis when we're increasing the budget by approximately $14 million for some of the renewables going? I think the budget request right now is about $73 million. Have you done a cost-benefit analysis in terms of that return?
Congressman Tipton, we have not done, that I am aware of, a cost-benefit analysis with respect to the investments in renewable energy. We have, and I am very proud of the fact that we have made significant progress in demonstrating the viability of wind and solar and geothermal energies in many places, but in particular in the southwestern part of the United States, and communities, for example, in Milford, Utah, where we have a huge wind project and the potential solar project and transmission line, and there are places in Colorado as well.
Great. Yeah, and one thing I think I'd really encourage you to take a look at this, you know, because I think it's important in these tough economic times, because I've literally walked the streets of Alamosa, of a lot of towns and a number of people here haven't heard of. And people are struggling right now. And some of these costs, we need to do these cost-benefit analysis, because that will go to the electric bill. One of the problems we have also is some of the hydroelectric. We release in artificial floods out of the Glen Canyon Dam. I'm sorry, we ran out of time. May I submit some questions to you?
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Feel free to call me anytime.
Good. Thank you very much. I appreciate the gentleman's time. His time has expired. The gentleman from New Mexico.